Think you crazy, say you hate me. Time play crazy like why you hate me. You pray for better, what you asking for. I give you better than what you asking for. Tired of the arguing, all the hollering in the back and forth. That's gonna drive you crazy. Think about love.
Hello, and welcome to Barbershop.talk podcast. Now, this is the podcast where the topics are determined by the conversation in the barbershop. We're in an out-the-way studio in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I must tell you, I am not in the studio alone. I'm here with my co-host, and that is Mr. KC.
Thank you, J. Rod. It is a pleasure to co-host Barbershop.talk podcast here in Out the Way Studios. And like J. Rod said, if it comes up on Saturday, it goes down on this podcast today. Today, the new tariffs arrive because Donald Trump thinks he alone is wise. America has entrusted our economy to a man that lies, who also filed bankruptcy 6 times. Trump said these reciprocal tariffs is great progression. Republicans did this before in 1930 and brought us the Great Depression. Citizens of America, we must take back the power because Republican congressmen are all cowards. That includes Indiana Senator Jim Banks.
Their name, but they all saying me. And if you
You know something, KC? I love your openings, but this is something you better not get used to. I'm not going to call you Mr. KC ever again.
Well, I mean, it's just supposed to be KC. You know, so. I appreciate the, you showing respect.
Well, no,
It's not
no, it was not respect. It was a slip of the tongue, KC. Slip of the tongue.
Don't keep on slipping.
Hey, you know something, KC? Now, our podcast is going to be a little different today.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is that we normally open up with some barbershop clips or some funny clips.
Yeah.
But today, we're going to get our listeners involved.
Yeah.
Now, one of the reasons is that a lot of people are doing an interview with Donald Trump, and they have not granted Barbershop.talk podcast, and I'm going to repeat that. They haven't granted Barbershop.talk podcast the ability to give Trump a one-on-one interview. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we can't get clearance because of some DEI measure or something.
You're absolutely right. But there was this one interview that we did enjoy a lot.
Yes. And if you don't mind, I'm going to set this up.
Feel free.
So, Trump recently had a White House visit from Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she visited the White House, trying to give him a few tips or whatever. And when she left her golden lasso.
Oh, I know that. But okay, I get you. That golden thing. She had like a little whip or something.
And apparently, people were unaware that she left it. And when Trump did this interview, he was actually standing on the golden lasso.
Uh-oh.
And this lasso has the power to make you tell the truth. And so he conducted this one interview while he was standing on this lasso, and he told the truth.
Well, okay, we definitely got to see this video.
Yeah.
And Trump was telling the truth.
For once.
For once. All right, we're going to check this out, see what he's talking about. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get us out the frame here so we can go ahead and do this interview and see what he's talking about.
Lying to you.
How would you describe your tweets?
Early warning signs of mental illness.
How are most Americans handling your presidency?
They lock themselves into apartments, petrified to even leave in the middle of the night. They live in a
Help. What's your favorite part of being president so far?
profiting off a very, very obviously broken system.
Could you let us know, when is your inevitable total meltdown going to begin?
That starts early next week.
Now, have you figured out how to do your job yet?
I'll probably never get it, but that's okay.
Where do you stand on the issues?
On the wrong side of every one of them.
What have you been up to lately?
Okay, all right. That was the end.
You'll never get the truth from him again, so you better take that in.
I'm going to find out from our listeners, what they think about Donald Trump and how he has been performing for the days that he's been in the office. And this is how I think I'm going to do this, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to start off with Trump's smile, right?
Yeah.
So if they say something good, we're going to keep the smile.
Mm-hmm.
If they give a negative input, we're going to have Trump do a frown.
I got a feeling you're going to be clicking to the left a lot.
Well, I'm keeping an open mind, Casey.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start him off, right?
Yeah.
He's happy as can be. So let's take a look. Look at our list. Now, what I did, I'm going to tell you, quite honestly, Casey, this is what I did. I just took a list of the callers or people who participated in Barbershop.talk in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote their name down. So now some of them I wrote down their name. Because remember Money Mike?
Yeah.
When he was on the podcast?
Remember Money Mike?
Yeah, that's the first person we're going to call, Money Mike. We're going to ask Money Mike this. Now, I got a feeling Money Mike going to say something very positive about Donald Trump.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's going to look like that.
Okay, well, in the proof is in the pudding, J-Rod.
Is that what it is? Okay, let's give him a call. We're going to talk to Money Mike. He got to be here somewhere. I'm certain I wrote it down here. There he is.
Yeah.
Yep, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Is this, well, I hear a lot of squeaking in there. Is this Mr. Money Mike? Money Mike.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you? All right, Money Mike. Now, this is a Barbershop.talk podcast. And don't hang up your phone, because we got a very important question. A very important question to ask you, Money Mike. Now,
Okay.
now, before we get into this question, I do have to ask you this one question. You are a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we don't get anybody deported. So that was the purpose of the question, so I appreciate it. All right, now, Money Mike, now I'm going to turn it over to KC, because he's going to ask you a question, and very important questions about your president, Donald Trump.
Money Mike, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, KC?
Oh, not too much. So Trump has been in office approximately 75 days in his second term. And we're trying to get feedback from what people think of his job performance in these first 75 days.
So, first of all, let me correct J-Rod on my president.
You got the floor.
Let's fix that. Not my president.
Okay.
And y'all called me, interrupted me during a facial game to talk about this orange ruffin.
Well, we just want to know your opinion, Money Mike.
That orange ruffin ain't done it. I can't cuss because I just got off a Bible study, so I ain't gonna cuss.
God's good.
That orange ruffin that lied to these folks and these fools that vote for him, he ain't did nothing. Egg prices ain't went down. Gas prices ain't went down.
Uh-oh.
His color ain't changed. Today he's talking about, well, egg prices going down 50 cents. Lying again.
So Money Mike, it don't seem like you like what he's been doing for the last few days while he's in the office. Is that fair to say?
He ain't doing it.
Thank God for Bible study.
Well,
And he fooled too much this time about it's going. Now he told him what he was gonna do, but they voted for his butt anyway. Now look out.
yeah, that's that FAFO.
Yeah.
That orange ruffin. He ain't even David Ruffin. He an orange ruffin.
Okay. All right, buddy. So we got your vote down that you disapprove of what he's been doing for the last 75 days. And we do appreciate you, Money Mike, clearing our phone calls. It is always a pleasure talking to you.
Hey, always a pleasure listening to you guys. Y'all keep doing what you're doing.
All right, well, fair enough.
Money Mike.
All right, see you.
All right.
Damn. Money Mike was brutal.
Roughing.
I mean, he was brutal. What was he called?
Really honest though.
Orange Ruffin?
Yeah.
He talking about price went down 50 cents.
Yeah, he just got out of Bible study.
Oh, yeah, he was brutal. Look. We're going to call somebody on this list. All right, we're going to call this person right here. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Hello, may I speak to Carol, please?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Carol, this is Barbershop.talk podcast. I'm certain you're familiar with our podcast. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking my phone calls. Now, I'm not here in the studio alone. I'm here with my co-host. And we got a very important question to ask you about your president. So I'm going to turn it over to KC to ask the question.
Hello, Carol. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
So Trump has been making a lot of moves in his 75 days so far since he's been back in office. And we're trying to see if the things he's doing, do you approve of, you disapprove of, you like the job performance he's done. We're trying to get the comments and the opinions of our listeners.
Yeah, tell us how you feel he's been doing.
I feel as though he hasn't done a great job at all. And I'm waiting for April 30th to hit because it'll be his 100 days to prove that he's done absolutely nothing for the American people.
You said absolutely nothing.
He hasn't. And I can tell you this for sure how it has affected my life because he cut funding. And I have a grandchild that no longer has funding to go to his speech therapy because they cut funding here in Indiana and it affected my family.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is a shame that he's cutting things across the board. And I don't really think he thought through the whole thing. I don't think he really knew the impact.
Yeah, he's not analyzing any of these departments and seeing where he could be more efficient. He's like taking a chainsaw to all these departments, just trying to gut them up.
Yes. Well, breaking news, he allegedly has talked to us in a circle and Musk will be out. Musk has 130 days to leave, or he has to be appointed by Congress. So allegedly today he talked to us in a circle and Musk, I guess his days are numbered because, you know, he put $20 million into the Wisconsin Supreme Court and lost that race. The Democrats won that race yesterday. So
Yeah, you know, you are absolutely. You know what surprised me about that, Carol, is that it is forbidden against the law to give people a bottle of water while they wait to vote, but they can pay them.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like that should be criminal right there, trying to buy an election.
well, it is for those others that, like, I don't know, I say the 47% and now the 92%, where, you know, we don't have the luxury of being above the law.
Ooh, that's a very good point, Carol. That's a very good point.
But collectively, we got to get together and take back the power.
Yes, but we won't be doing it April 5th. We're going to sit this one out. We're going to let them handle it this coming Saturday.
That's right.
And if our listeners not familiar with what you're talking about is April 5th, they're going to organize a form of protest.
Mhm.
So I think you're absolutely right. We might want to sit this one out. But I tell you what, girl, I do appreciate you being on Barbershop.talk podcast and taking this phone call. It is truly appreciated. And we want to give you a personal thanks for listening to our podcast.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the call.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, I have to say, Casey,
Mhm.
she must be on top of things, but she knew about April 5th and said, we're going to sit this one out.
So far, no smiles for Donald Trump.
No, not You're absolutely right. He's got a bunch of frowning face. He starts off happy. I mean, he starts off happy every time. And then all of a sudden,
Then reality sets in.
and he gets ugly. So, what can we
Well, he
say?
starts out ugly, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, all right. we don't call them. That was Money Mike and Carol. So, I know another person. Now, you remember a long time ago, this was right on when we first started off the podcast.
Mhm.
We talked to a lady named BL.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get her opinion. I drew her out of the
I think that's short for be lovely.
Oh, okay. That's pretty funny.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Miss BL?
Yes, this is her.
Well, hello, Miss BL. This is Barbershop.talk podcast. Now,
Okay.
it's from my understanding that you're an avid listener to our podcast. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, I don't miss it.
Oh, we love to hear that. Now, I'm not calling you by myself, BL. I got my co-host, and you know something? He said he figured out what BL stands for.
It's for be lovely.
Be lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be one thing.
Well, I tell you what, BL, this is the reason why we call our listeners. We want to know their opinion on how Donald Trump been doing for the last 75 days he's been in office. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you, and you just give us your opinion.
Since November, the election, for my peace of mind and my sanity, I choose not to listen to the news. I'll check the weather from my phone, and that way I don't get overwhelmed with all the foolishness that's going on. And he's elected. He's going to be in there for the next 4 years. But like everything else in life, this too shall pass. He can't stay in there forever. And I know he's trying to get a third term, but
Yeah,
he's getting older, so
he's getting older. I don't know if he can get too much older than what he is.
I know, and can't get no crazier. So, but you know, we do have election system, and they got him in. I don't know if you look at TikTok, they got something called FAFO.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we know we're aware of that. That's right.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, be careful what you ask for. And I'm not surprised at what he's doing because he's been doing it all along. He hasn't hid anything or said anything that he's not going to do. This is what he's been doing the whole time. So it just shows you that this is where the most of the people in the country are. You know, he won, and I believe it was a fair election, but it just let all the people who've been hiding come out. I was driving in the neighborhood and someone garage door was open and they had a sign after Obama, not after Biden. I was like, oh, come on, you guys.
Yeah, I happen to agree with you. That's a little too bad, but it also sounds like you disapproving at this point what the president done.
Right, he's just gonna mess everybody up. You know, it's like I always say, the rich gonna get richer, and the people who's voting for him are the poor people. Now, I don't want to say uneducated or unaware because that's taking too much liberty, but they're gonna hurt the most.
Yeah.
I think you are absolutely
Right. It's like they heard a lot of the policies he was talking about, and they thought he was going to do that to the other people, but they didn't think he was going to do it to them.
Right.
And now, like you said, FAFO.
FAFO. Well,
Now everybody's worried about their Social Security, their pension, jobs, you know, their
Medicare,
groceries, Medicare, and
Yeah.
I don't know how the economy's doing since he's been in there, but I can't think it's doing any better. I haven't even looked at my 401k. I
You don't want to look at it.
I don't even know how it's doing because I can't do anything about it anyhow. But
Right.
you're right. So yeah, I guess what I'm doing is just covering my eyes so it's over.
I can understand.
well, it seems like you're seeing more things than you give yourself credit for, but you hit on some of the key things. So what we're going to do here, BL, which Casey believed it for being lovely. We appreciate you taking our phone call and your perspective.
Oh, okay. No, anytime. Just give me a call.
All right, fair
All
enough.
right. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you know something, Casey? She sounds like a very lovely lady.
That's what I think.
Oh, well, you did. You did be lovely for BL. Okay, you did. But to say that she don't look at the news, she was pretty spot on some of those topics.
Right. And so that goes to show you don't have to absorb yourself and all the news and like she said and almost get depressed from all this craziness that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you know, the information's going to come your way if you're paying attention.
I think you're absolutely right. Let's call another person.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna call this person at random here, and I think this is a brand new caller, or at least listeners, because he just sent in 1 or 2 emails. But I'm gonna see if I can catch that person and see what happens. I want to dial her number now and see what she has to say, if any. Now we may not get her, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
Looks like we can't get that person. That's too bad. I heard that person was either known or associated with Money Mike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now Money Mike did give us an inside track on the person.
Yeah.
It said that she was going to the beauty salon today. Yeah. Nah.
Well, she's busy right now.
Yeah, she's probably got her head in the shampoo.
Or the dryer.
Now, since she didn't take her phone call, I hope the stylist drowned her. No, I don't. No. But I will say this, I made Trump smile. No, I was just kidding. I know I'm pretty. Her hair always looked fantastic. I'm certain it looked fantastic this time, and I'm certain the stylist will not drown you in the shampoo bowl. How's that?
Yeah, well, we'll have to try again next week, make sure she's alive.
I'm just kidding, Casey. She'll be alive. All right, we're going to call somebody else. Now, this is person. Now, this is a long time listener. We're going to give her a call. I think, believe it or not, Casey, I think that she was listening to our podcast when we first started.
In the early days on the radio, on the
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yep.
Audio only.
Yeah.
I was trying to say.
Hello.
Well, hello. Hey, this is Barbershop.talk podcast. Now, are you familiar with our show?
Hold on, let me take this back and put this one out.
Sounds like she got kids in the
There's
background.
something going on there.
All right. All right. Now, since you got kids in the background, we're gonna jump to the point. Now, this is Barbershop.talk podcast, and what we are going to do, my dear lady, we're going to ask for your opinion. How do you think that Donald Trump is doing in the first 75 days in office? We want to hear what you have to say.
Now, let me just say, this is Miss Lady Divine, so the audience understands who this is.
No, I think I think she's a sister of Lady Divine. When I have notes down here,
Oh, okay.
I think she's the little sister of Lady Divine.
Okay.
The Lady Divine is in Clarksville, Tennessee, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is her sister.
Okay.
Now you are the sister of Lady Divine, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't say that with a lot of confidence. You just like, yeah.
Well, I just gotta hear what the next person is.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure you correct that. All right, here we go. Sister of Lady Divine, how do you think that Donald Trump had done in his first 75 days in office?
Stop. First of all, he ain't honest. I put that out there. Second of all, he's not thinking of any children at risk.
Wow.
Because what we have to do now for our children is now really show them how to survive later. What ain't gonna be out there.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. So, you're saying that he's not really focusing on the future.
No, not whatsoever.
Wow.
And not only those for the ones that I don't understand why he's messing with foreigners and everybody else. I can understand the ones that got good bad criminal history records and you want to ship them back fine. But the ones that been here forever working and paying taxes just like everybody else, what's the problem? You're wasting our dollars.
You know, I think that's good. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Little sister of Lady Divine. I think that's a good point. Because I can understand if you want to get rid of criminals, the ones who causing crime, but the ones who are upstanding citizens and following the law and paying taxes, what's the problem?
Yeah, they're contributing to our society, and they're a needed workforce.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if they take them out of here,
we're gonna be in trouble. Because most of the states they got, and they take our jobs because we don't do them. Where our economy gonna go? Where unemployment's gonna go?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very well. It seems like you've been on top of your game and listened to the news and doing your homework. I think you hit some of those key concepts, and especially you said a very good point about the children, how it's impacting the future generations.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say, Casey?
Yeah, I think you are absolutely right about him slashing programs that affect children, but also that affect handicapped, seniors, federal workers, just on down the line. Just slashing through all of it without any analysis of the impact.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, I tell you what, thank you so much, Sister of Lady Divine. Appreciate you taking our phone call, and also we appreciate you being an avid listener to Barbershop.talk. Have a good evening.
All right. Yeah, have a good day.
All right, bye-bye. You know something, Casey?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe that was little sister of Lady Divine.
Yeah, I kind of glanced over and all I saw was Lady Divine, so I thought that was her. But I guess it's Lady Divine's little sister now that I look at.
Now, for our listeners, it's new to Barbershop.talk. Lady Divine, you're just going to love her personality. We'll try to get her back on our show in the near future. In fact, we tried to call her earlier today, but we got a couple of missed phone calls. But we are looking forward to having her back. Now, you know something? We got to say, now I'm hesitating because you said handicap, and I'm sure you said physically challenged.
You know, we ain't politically correct.
That is true, man. I just have to catch. Okay, all right. Okay, Casey called it handicap. I'll call it physically challenged. I'll say that. But it's the same thing. All right, okay, we got it. We got to call somebody else. Maybe we should get a male.
Yeah, I think we need a broad scope of views.
Yeah, no, remember that. Now, this guy was at a couple of events that either Barbershop.talk was invited to, or we also host.
Yeah.
You remember J. Poole?
Oh, yeah, I remember J. Cole.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Okay.
See, there you go again. See,
I'm agreeing.
You can say that with a lot of confidence. Right, but anyway, I think J. Poole is pretty funny. So we're going to see if I can find his number here. I thought his number was in my listing here, and I'm almost certain it is. Give me a minute to try to find this KC. But I'm gonna look for this guy.
Yeah, no, if I remember correctly, J. Cole always gives us some insightful information whenever we approach him about anything. So I'm actually looking forward.
Hold. I'm not going to use the term insightful.
Is that another politically incorrect saying? Or?
That's just a true saying. All right. We're gonna see if we can get J. Poole and see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, may we speak to a J. Poole, please?
J. Poole here.
All right. Hey, this is Barbershop.talk podcast calling you. Hopefully you have heard of our podcast. Have you?
Absolutely. I'm one of your biggest fans.
All right. Okay. We love
Appreciate that, J. Cole.
Now I'm not here by myself. I'm in the studio with my co-host KC, and we got a very important question for you. I want to turn it over to KC so he can ask you this very important question, and you just feel free to give us your honest opinion.
All right, so how you doing, Mr. J. Cole?
How you doing, KC?
I'm doing pretty good. So Donald Trump has been in office approximately 75 days in his second term, and he's made a lot of moves. And we're trying to gauge the public's opinion on the moves that he's made. Do they like the things he's done? Don't like the things he's done? Feel free to add in whatever comment you feel about how about Donald Trump's performance to this point.
I absolutely don't understand what he's doing. I don't understand all the changes he's made that has caused problems for a lot of people, including a lot of his supporters, a lot of people that vote for him. They announced the tariffs today. They included a lot of countries, and gonna get us all in our pocketbooks.
I think you got something going on, J. Paul.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know, I think the first step about these tariffs is, first of all, we got to educate our entire country on the purpose and how tariff works. I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Yeah.
But it is a tax on the other countries, but at the end of the day, our price is going to go up and we paying for that.
Right. So it ain't the other country that pays the taxes on those tariffs. It's we, the citizens that are receiving those goods, we pay that tax. But I think you're absolutely right about not understanding what he's doing, because he's not fixing anything. The one thing that Donald Trump is good at, and this time he's taking it to the extreme, is creating chaos, not fixing anything.
Oh, I have to agree with you there. And he's moving at warp speed. Not thinking through anything. So
it's hard to understand why moving so fast and doing so many drastic things is going to be good for any of the American citizens. People like him aren't affected by it.
I happen to agree with you.
Right. And I think that's kind of his point, that he don't care about the American citizen. He's doing what benefits him and this new group of oligarchs he's created around him.
That's right. Now, J. Paul, I owe you an apology. I truly owe you an apology. Now,
really, what's that?
Well, Casey said you had some good insight, and it made me laugh because I didn't believe him. But you gave some great insight in this conversation. So my apology to you, J. Paul. I will correct my thinking from this moment on. How's that?
Okay, I appreciate that, and I forgive you.
Okay.
Man, you're awfully forgiving, J. Paul.
Not too late. He already said he's forgiving, Casey, so we all good. All right, well, we like to have fun here. We like to have fun here, J. Paul. We appreciate you taking the call from Barbershop.talk podcast, and appreciate you being an avid listener. And keep in mind, please feel free to like and share our content with others. All right, you have a good one, J. Paul.
Okay.
Right. So before I leave, J. Paul, I have a question for you. Are you still there?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the best podcast on the air?
Barbershop.talk.
All right. Okay.
Featuring J. Rod and KC. Yeah.
All right.
I threw that in there because there's a bunch of Barbershop.talk out there.
All right. Thank you, J. Paul. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. I like that, KC.
Mm-hmm.
That's another long time list.
Yes, he is.
That's right. And he answered truthfully when he said the best podcast on the air.
Right. And you got to remember, a couple of events that we hosted, he showed up at.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's been a great supporter, not just a listener. He's been a great supporter.
Absolutely. All right. It looks like we got the opinion in. Now, it looks like...
How many times was Trump smiling?
Not very much. I had to admit, Casey, he's looking pretty mean. He hasn't had a chance to smile at all. So,
Well, America, this is going to be our phase for the next year or two till we turn things around.
that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Let's see if we can catch one other person on the line here. I'm going to try this caller here and see what happens. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. But we like to give it a try. This is another long-time listener to the Barbershop.talk podcast. And in fact, this person is a barber himself. Well, it looks like he's not on the
He may be working.
It's true.
Now, you don't think he's drowning Money Mike's friend, do you?
No. She is getting her hair done. All right, well, we're going to get one other call, and then we're going to go ahead and move on in our program. But we do appreciate all our listeners helping us out with this podcast.
That was oh, we're trying another.
Yeah, we got one more call.
Okay.
Well, looks like they're gonna let that individual that's it. But you know something, Casey?
Yeah.
I think that what these individuals have proven on our phone call is really what a lot of people in our country is thinking.
Yeah.
I think you can really find out by looking at some of the town halls that they feel that their representative is not listening to them.
Right.
And they're supporting Trump, and they said, no, not on these issues that's going on today. So I got, now this happened in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something that happened in Indiana. This is a town hall in Indiana. As you can see right here on top, it says Westfield, Indiana. You know, that's close to KC.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what your plan is to address the issue with the administration talking about classified military operations in Finland. And when you demand the immediate resignation of Pete Hegseth. To demand the immediate resignation of Pete Hegseth, Michael Waltz, and the rest of the group team.
Now hold on. I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop right there. See, now how you see how they're all getting riled up.
Yeah.
You're getting riled up, fired up. Now I want to show you something. Did you see this man right here? Right there.
Yeah.
Now what the hell is he putting a Black Power sign up for?
He tried to switch the outside. He ain't got a taste of what we've been feeling forever.
I'm confused, KC.
Yeah. They didn't want to join with us back in November.
Right.
But they're ready to join with us now.
They had a chance, right? In November they had a chance. When Black Lives Matter was going on, they had a chance. And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Now that's FAFO.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that video that we just looked at, Casey, those were Republicans.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. That's not only a staunchly Republican district, that district has never, ever went to a Democrat.
Never.
Very staunchly. Now, what a lot of these Republicans are doing that are in these very strong Republican districts, and they have these town halls, and they're facing a hostile crowd. After the town hall, they won't say they're doing it because they know it's a lie. But after the town hall, they'll say, yeah, a bunch of left-wing radical Democrats infiltrated the town hall and did this. And these are all Republicans at these town halls.
Yeah, now they know that's not true.
Right, but they try to put a spin on it.
And they do. Now the thing that kills me is that the representative is not representing them.
Right.
If you would have seen,
so who are you truly representing?
Well, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. And also, I agree with the lady. Now, first of all, you cannot be on a not private server to talk about classified information. In fact, military, because you put a lot of people at risk.
Well, Hegseth was never ever close to being qualified for that position.
Well, I agree with you there, but my point is, now I'm going to throw you back. I'm going to go in your memory bank. Remember when Hillary Clinton sent an email that says not on a secure server?
And no classified information was on it, but Trump wanted to put her in jail anyway.
That's right. It's going to put her in jail.
This dude was detailing military attacks.
I agree, but my fact is that not only that he don't want to put him in jail, he's not even going to relieve him of his duties.
No,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Double standards.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of how Trump operates, though.
You know, I want to talk a little bit more about which one of our callers brought up the FAFO.
That was BL.
Okay, BL. Be lovely.
Yeah.
Now she brought that up. Now, because the Cubans was a major supporter of Donald Trump.
Big time, man. They was having these rallies and parties.
Really had that song?
Yeah.
Oh, for Trump. Well, it was something like that.
Yeah. They actually sound a little better than that, Jay.
Okay.
But they ain't singing it no more.
No, and this is the reason why, Casey. Listen to this. This is the reason why they're not singing it now.
He knows, Amir, were the ones who didn't vote for him. Guess what? Trump is signing an executive order to keep countries out of the U.S., their citizens permanently banned from ever coming into the U.S. And he put North Korea, Afghanistan, Syria on that list, countries we would expect. But also, he's got Cuba on that list. How's that? Oh my God. They went all out. Even had a song for him, dancing to their Papi Trump. And he doesn't want them here. He didn't put Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, any other Latin country, but he's got Cuba on that list. He is permanently banning Cubans from ever coming into the U.S. again.
She's having too much fun with that. She's having too much fun. But it's true.
Yeah. Now, you would say that's ironic, but that's how Trump has always been.
Yeah.
He stabbed everybody in the back that's ever worked for him.
Yeah, that's true.
They F around and now they find it out.
You are absolutely right. They are now finding out, and that is too bad. You know what I'm going to do before our time get away from us? This one guy is talking about things that you can predict in the future.
Yeah.
He talked about a similar experience. And what I want to ask our listeners to do, what I'm truly going to ask our listeners to do this, I'm going to ask you to write down everything this person is saying and then see if it comes true. Because the country he is from, he had experienced what we are going through right now. And he's saying there's some key messages that you're going to hear. And I want you to listen to these messages and write them down.
The beginning of Liberation Day in America. We're going to take back just some of the money that has been taken from...
Hi America, I'm from 5 years into your future, and I'm here to tell you what you can expect to happen next as a result of Trump's economic policies. Because here in the UK, we implemented Trump's policies 5 years ago when we left the European Union. We decided to get rid of foreign workers who were doing jobs that British people didn't want to do, and we decided to erect trade barriers with our nearest trading partners. Since we did that, our economy has barely grown at all. But instead of admitting that they made a mistake in changing course, the government decided to gaslight us. So I'm here to tell you the gaslighting arguments that you can expect to hear over the next 5 years. You might want to save this video so that you can refer back to it every time a new one of these arguments appears. First, you'll be told that the policies just need more time to work, that we're in a transition phase, and you were naive to think that the results would be immediate, even though immediate results were what was promised in the election campaign. Next, you'll be told that the media is actually gaslighting you, not the government. It's the media who are misreporting the way that things are and talking down the government's policies, when actually the government's policies are doing really well. Then, after that, you'll be told that criticism is unpatriotic, that the problem isn't that the policies aren't working, it's that people are pointing out that the policies aren't working, and that those people are trying to sabotage the country. After that, you'll be told that it's a conspiracy. The government has now got rid of all the external forces that they can blame, so they have to look for internal forces. They'll talk about things like the deep state. They will accuse civil servants of sabotaging their plans. They will say that the deep state is working against them, even though the government, of course, is the state itself. And then after that, you'll be told that it was never about the economy anyway. It was always about abstract concepts that can't be measured. Things like keeping the country safe, or sovereignty, or things that can never be measured and actually have no fucking impact on your life at all. Next, you will be told that the policies just haven't gone far enough. You'll be told that the country needs to become more isolationist, leave more international institutions, get rid of more immigrants and more foreigners, that there isn't a problem with the policies themselves, it's just that they haven't been implemented on a big enough scale. After that, you will be told that the benefits are intangible, that it's things like freedom that you've gained, things that can't be measured, things that aren't finite, things that don't have a material impact on your life, but you will be assured that there are more of these things even though you can't see them or experience them. After that, you will be told that the success is symbolic, that the very fact that the policies have been implemented at all is evidence that they have succeeded. And then after that comes the worst and the most painful stage, which is when you will be told that the pain itself is good for you. You will be told that younger people need to suffer, or that actually a period of suffering will do us good. It's like the religious idea of asceticism, which says that pain is somehow cleansing. So you will notice that you have gradually been taken from things will be brilliant if you vote for us and we implement our policies, to things are catastrophic and painful and you're suffering, but that itself is evidence of our success.
You know something? I think, Casey, that this guy is pretty spot on.
It's exactly what's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you something. One thing different. See, that occurred over a 5-year period in Great Britain. That's going to occur over 18 to 24 months in the U.S.
Well, I think you got a good point there, because I think that's very, very, very true. But what I'm going to do, Casey, I just want to go ahead and remind our listeners, if you like our content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, because we are trying to get our numbers up. Now, Casey, I know you've been out promoting folks to get our numbers up. How are things going in that area?
Actually, they're picking up, J-Rod. We're having more followers than ever.
All right, that is something we like to hear. And again, for all the people who called in, thank you. I mean, for us to call them, not to call in. But we appreciate you taking the time out here at Barbershop.talk. Talk to us, give your opinion, because without you, there's no one. And especially if there's not a Barbershop.
I want to thank you for listening to Barbershop.talk podcast. Please tell your family, friends, and enemies about our podcast. Barbershop.talk, available on your favorite podcast platforms. Let's have peace in the streets. Be safe, be wise, and be loved. And we say, go Mob.
I'm bad bitch. Money count on, cash on me. Shawty blow my phone, that's corny.
That's a
Oh no, I'm trying to hustle.